Excellency, the most distinguished Speaker of the 10th Assembly, thank you, honorable colleagues. My name is Benjamin Okezie Kalu. I represent the good people of Nigeria, starting from Bende Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State, and I rise to lend my voice to this very wonderful, very timely debate on what is presented to us by the executive. Mr. Speaker, most of my colleagues have really dealt with this particular issue, starting from the majority leader of the House, who took his time to adumbrate on the necessity of this executive bill. Mr. Speaker, you know there comes a time in the life of a country where leaders with boldness and courage are needed. It appears we have gotten one, because it will take courage and boldness to remove the subsidy. Mr. Speaker, there comes a time in the life of a nation where a leader that is sensitive to the welfare of the people is needed. Honorable members, it appears to me that we have gotten such leader. It has come to my knowledge that this leader is the one that has a listening ear, because few days ago, a member of NMPP, not APC, Honorable Maraki, raised a motion here, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Nigerians. And today, the executives are presenting a response to the yearning of the parliament from the opposition. Mr. Speaker, emphasis should be that this was raised by the opposition, and the president, who is from the majority party, took a clue and took a step. Mr. Speaker, the subsidy all of us are crying about is just a delayed gratification, removal of it. We need something done in the country. We want to correct something in the country. That is what the executive have done by presenting this. And it is important, Mr. Speaker, that we break it a little further down for our colleagues to understand that this money is not a freebie. It's not going to be as usual. We have a man that is from the private sector, a man who has a policy drive that is channeled towards bettering the lot of Nigerians. And therefore, he has broken this down from our analysis. Mr. Speaker, this money we are talking about, we have about 185 billion plus that is going to Ministry of Works and Housing to alleviate the impact of the severe flooding experienced in the country in 2022 on road infrastructure across the 6 geopolitical zones. Mr. Speaker, 6 geopolitical zone. And Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, you know that this flooding that we have experienced has not isolated any sector, any particular section of the country. It has gone round. If you say you did not experience flood, I experienced it in my own place. So this money is going to be applied there. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, 19 billion is going to Federal Ministry of Agriculture to ameliorate the massive destruction of farmlands across the country during the severe flooding I just mentioned last year. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, if we don't do anything and allow this impact of ecological impact that ravage the lands, and we are dependent on agriculture, and we are looking at agriculture as the second source of our income, we are doing a disservice to this nation. Mr. Speaker, also, we have the arm of government that have not been well catered for. And these ones are the ones who make sure that the interpretation of our laws are done at the right time. I'm talking about the judiciary. Nobody speaks for them. They are seen but not heard, except when they sit there to give their judgment. They have needs, Mr. Speaker. This is what this particular palliative is going to be looking at, which is 35 billion that is going to National Judicial Council, Mr. Speaker. This money is not going to be distributed. We have about 10 billion that is going to Capital Territory Administration for critical projects. And I can go on and on, including the challenges of the House of Rep, the challenges of the Senate, They've been captured by this particular provision that is being presented to us, so that your welfare and your offices that are not functioning well will be taken care of. So I want to move, Mr. Speaker, that the House will help us to ensure that this is passed as presented. Thank you, Mr.
Please.
Speaker.
Order, please.
Thank you, DS.